Monica shares a message about generational curses, so let's get to it.
So as I make my journey, I just wanted to say to all of you guys, hello, wishing blessings and light and love upon everybody. It's interesting that, so we're living in the most critical times, right? The world is extremely critical of one another, themselves, businesses, people's choices, who they like, where they go, what they look like. This is a time for self-reflection and for spreading the kind of love that you want to receive. You know, a lot of us did not grow up with love, so a lot of times we spread what it is we know or what it is we've experienced. We being masses, not myself, because I grew up with love when we had nothing else. We had each other. We loved on each other. We were positive towards one another, and we were really always into supporting each other. And I don't see enough of that now, and people don't see enough of it now. And it's important that I always say kids do what they see, not what we say, right? So if that's the truth and they see you being mean to others, or they see you on your phone gossiping all the time, or they see you not really working hard, or they see you procrastinating, or they see you not showing up for people that you say you love, and they see you being disrespectful to your mate or to their father or to their mother, those are the things that oftentimes, unfortunately, they duplicate. That's why generational curses have not been really broken the way they should be. So I was just looking at my baby as I left, and before I can even open my mouth to say it, whether it be one of my sons, whether it's one of the three of them, or my daughter, the first words are, I love you, or you look nice, or you're the best. Those positive affirmations come from them repeatedly hearing them and feeling them. When my daughter sees a young lady and she likes her hair, you know what she says? I love her hair, mommy. Do you like it? Or if she sees someone and they look nice, she tells them, because she's not intimidated by the likes of other women or other people, because she grew up seeing me be the same way. I'm a lot of different people's greatest encouragers and prayer partner and all of that. Even if it's not always reciprocated, it's who I am, and it's what I grew up feeling was the right thing. And that's why I constantly get it back. No matter what I've been through, how bad it was, or how tough it got, God just keeps on making a way, because I keep living in His will. And of course, I do things every day that I aspire to eventually do different, and I work on. You know, it's like, prime example, I was addicted to Coca-Cola, drinking 3-4 out of the bottle every day. And before PF2 tour, I just completely stopped, right? I just said, listen, drinking too much Coca-Cola, slow it down. Too much of anything ain't a good thing, right? Okay, you just gotta slow it down. And then I said, you know, I'm going to challenge myself to just stop. And I stopped. But I knew that I could, because I believed that I could, because I grew up being told that. As small and minute as that sounds, it still allows me to be in control of myself at all times, because I believe I can. So when people say I can't, no matter what it is, I'm not affected by it. I'm not tarnished by it. We have to give our kids and others exactly what it is that we know we'll eventually need. It's just like the idea that, well, I told them don't do that, but then you do it every day. Now my next thing is to work on this mouth. I'm working ing heavy on it, because my intentions are never ill, but that doesn't mean that it doesn't sometimes sting or come off in a way that I don't intend it to, when I'm saying what I feel and know to be true, or, you know, just me being direct, right? So every single thing that I know I need work on, the key for me is I never stop learning, because I never stop being teachable. I never think I know it all. I learn so much on a daily basis from my kids, from Anthony, from my mother, constantly. I learn all day, right? But I'm teachable, and I'm good in that space. I'm good in not pretending like I know everything. once we realize that there is good in all of us, and if we share and we teach and we support and we're together in certain things, we can't be touched. You know, they always say there's strength in numbers, and sometimes when you look at things like, let's say, friendships, you might not need a whole lot of friends because it's difficult. But in the workspace or when I'm doing other things, the more I pull other people in, I bless them, it blesses me. And then I'm blessed in other ways. I was just talking about this yesterday with Miss Kelly, and she said, you know, it was just a time where I needed you in my life, but it was a time where I needed her too in a completely different way. It's a very evenly reciprocated friendship, sisterhood that just continues to be a blessing because, yeah, we learn from each other, but then it led us to go into other spaces of personal things that, you know, helped us to get through different things that we may be experiencing. So don't be afraid to be the good you want to see. That's the bottom line. And if you got children, or you're around children, or you're teaching children, or you're raising children, or you even coming in contact with them, remember they're doing what they see now. Just remember that when you're active in the lives of children and other people, because people don't like to admit that they're being influenced by something, but you absolutely are. You're being influenced by something, and you have to make sure it's a good something. The greatest way to know if what you're doing is right is how it feels. You know, now some bad things feel good. that's without question. But if something comes out of your mouth and you think, ooh, that didn't come out the way I meant it, then you have time to properly fix it and articulate it and say it again and be intentional with that person in your apology, or you taking time to readjust and address it, or whatever the case may be. Get it right. It's okay, get it right, because if you remember that the harvest is yours, you're reaping what you've sown. So if we take accountability of that, and yes, we do have sins of our mothers and fathers and all these other things that cause things in our lives, but for the most part, what we experience, we're reaping what we sown. And I remember that each time I feel something great and each time I feel something bad. So just remember, kids are watching us, others are watching us. Be the love you want to feel. Be the joy you want to feel joy. You want to feel the excitement. You want to be able to walk out of your house and not just be living in misery every day. Spread some love then while you're out and about. And remember, kids do what they see and not what you say. I don't even bother wasting my time with a lot of words, but my actions mount up. And that's the greatest thing I respected about my mom. She was always not a woman of God on paper or just at church, but 7 days a week in how she spoke, how she moved, how she loved, how she touched, how she showed up for other people. That's the reflection that I would like to leave of myself as well. So, you know, we have to really work at that every day. And I pray that each of you feel seen, feel heard, feel loved, and really understand that your presence is a gift. We can't take what we did not give. And God designed each of us beautifully and individually different. So what you see somebody else doing or with, it might not even be for you. Go get what's yours and be kind while you do it. I love you guys. On the way to meet my baby, so I'm finna go.